Hello, welcome everyone, this is Herd85, welcome to my Pro Wrestling Sim October 2022 preview video. Just a little update of what's been done over the last couple of months. So I've tried to update the pictures, the tag teams, the rosters, the calendar is the main one, as best as possible. So we'll have a little quick run through. So Edge has got a little bit of an updated picture. Bailey's obviously, her group's in the game now. Karrion Kross should have Braun Strowman, Logan Paul, Dexter Lumis, Dakota Kai, so Gargano. So it should hopefully be as up to date as possible based on recent events. We'll run through a little bit of the rosters. Stardom had a bit of an update thanks to someone who posted in the thread. Like I said, I got a thread on Be The Booker. So if you're not happy with the card position's auto pushed. So it will be based on how over someone is. So that's why you get a lot of the ex-WWE guys top of the card, because their overness is pretty good. So we've got a few new promotions in the game. A lot of them have been given at least a monthly pay-per-view, just so that they can run every month. So Warrior Wrestling's still in the game. A couple of promotions were removed, Shimmer and Terminus, because they haven't put on a show for about a year. Unlimited Wrestling from Germany. You might recognise a few faces here. Again, like I said, you got their local talent is on the cards, but potentially not as over as a Doug Williams, for argument's sake. So we've got some updated pictures. I'm not brilliant at making pictures, I ain't gonna lie, so a lot of the pictures were done from other people and attempted to cut my own. But like I said, I was mainly focusing on updating the pay-per-views, tidying up the card positions. So you got the Switchblades there. This is Sami Callihan's promotion, this one. The Crash is still in, TNT. So just quickly run through. Ring of Honor is a bit of a tough one at the moment, because in real life they've only put on one pay-per-view really since, well, two, but one mainly since Tony Khan took over on their own. So for now, you know, they're mainly in there just because the champions are all in AEW. So there could be a time where we maybe take this away and put them in AEW. So let me know what you guys think about that with AEW. If you think I should, and Ring of Honor, move Ring of Honor people across potentially. Pro Wrestling Eve, they had a couple of pay-per-views added. A lot of the Japanese ones I've been working on big time, tidying up their pay-per-view card. Took a while, not gonna lie. RVD there. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, another one that's not had a show for a while, so they could be on the cut at some point. Progress One Pro Wrestling. So these are actually coming back in the month of October. So I've given them the benefit of the doubt, given them a pay-per-view. Roster is based on the announced cards they've got. So obviously this is subject to change. But you know, at least we can give it a little go. Once they get up and running properly, I'll see who's actually on the shows a bit more. Let's see what they do with their titles, for argument's sake. So New Japan was one I had a big work on, because their pay-per-view card is insane, but they don't have TV show. So you got New Japan Cup, for argument's sake, loads of them, the finals, the Golden Series, basically everything they've done this year I've tried to put in the game. So hopefully the computer can handle it. Sorry if I'm skimming down too fast, but a lot of it is the same pay-per-views. The main one, a lot of people, World Tag League, a couple of random new ones. These will be the first two you see. This is their UK show. NWA. Again, their roster is sort of based on their recent shows, but I know in regards to the rosters for indie promotions, I try to see who's been there the last 3 to 6 months. If they're not appearing, then obviously off they go. NXT, new logo. Roster position is based on overness, like I said before, so it is done auto. So don't worry if Elton Prince is in your main event, because after a couple of weeks, if you do an auto push, it should update it. You can tell the ones I've done the pictures for because they don't quite line up perfectly, but at least they're up to date, I suppose. Some of the NXT UK people have been moved across. Some people that have been working house shows for NXT. Some that are in a limbo lands like Ginny here because of UK closing. And they've not been confirmed where they're going. Veer's down here now because he's been working house shows with his former partner, I believe. Might have to inactive a couple of teams. There they are. So yeah, I'll run down NXT. A lot of the new guys are in here now. Again, it's not perfect, but it's reasonably up to date, hopefully. Triple H obviously in charge. The UK promotion North. Melbourne City, that got a pay-per-view update, tidying up their pay-per-view schedule. Marvelous is still in. MLW was a bit of a difficult one to update. Change the logo back for AAA. Again, look, overness shows you how over Dax and that are. Sammy's there because obviously he holds one half of the mixed tag titles. ICW. Ribbon's still there. Impact. So like I said, don't worry too much on the card positions because it is done auto push because it's hard to keep it perfect. Hogs on the game. House of Glory. Amazing Reds promotion. Another one that had a big overness calendar reshuffle was GCW because they just run shows a lot. Is the best way to say it. Elites in the game. Defy. They had a pay-per-view update. If you play as them, who knows? Deadlock. DDT. We've got CMML. C4. Brie Combination, a female company. Black Label Pro. Big Japan. All Japan. All Elite. Absolute Intense. And of course AAW. They got a pay-per-view update as well. So for this particular game, I'm going to go to New Japan. So yeah, so with New Japan Pro Wrestling, just wanted to show you something different. Like obviously a man with a lot of gold here. So I'm going to simulate the first show because I need to show you guys something. It might just be something that's just happening on my game. Not a bad show. Considering it's a thrown together 69, not very good on auto push. So what I've noticed is this loading logo you seem to get on day 1. Now I'm not sure why, but it just seems to be on day 1. So if we get over to day 2, let's randomly sign someone. WWE really want to sign Wyndham, I'm not shocked. So if we go over to day 2, I'll do an auto show, but I want to tinker the main event. How long we got? 29 minutes. Alright, here we go. So obviously I'm just sort of demo. This is not how I play. Otherwise it'd be a bit dull if you just simulate everything. There's Wyndham there. Bray Wyatt to most people. Slap him with the IWGP title on his debut, because that would totally happen. So as you can see, the news bit's fixed now. So it seems to be a weird day 1 issue. I'm not really sure why it does that. Lots of money in your ticket sales. Now in my game I've got a new IWGP World Champion in Wyndham. So yeah, this is just showing you a bit of the game really. New owner. That will only have happened if someone had hired the owner of Marvelous. You've also got, oh there you go. She left her own company. Who knows why. And obviously you've got the usual ones that leave unless you're WWE and you want to sign them. So she left Marvelous and signed with All Japan. Gave up booking a company to work Japan. But yeah, as you can see, the news fixes itself after day 1. Not really sure why it does it. Modern day WWE. Lashley defended the US title against AJ Styles. You got 2 different views of it. You can see it with the picture view. Get people asked to work with other people. We'll go forward just a couple of days. Oh, he's on demand, isn't he? You can work with him as well. And then you have to fulfill the promise. So I've got 3 shows to book him in 2 different matches. And as you can see, after the first couple of days, the news dies down a bit. NXT there. Had women's tag titles on the line. AEW here. Put Kenny Omega against Angelico in the main event. So obviously the suspension's not holding at the moment, but I deliberately removed the suspension because I found I was simulating into the future a bit and they would never wrestle even after the suspension was done. So something to look at, maybe mod makers. Or the makers of the game, I should say. Rampage there. Dark Order, what a random main event. SmackDown. Butch beat Happy Corbin. So some random booking. GCW had tag titles on the line. So yeah, that's pretty much the preview, everyone. Hopefully the game's alright for everyone. There'll just be one version this month. Let me know what you guys think of it. Any improvements you'd like to see. I haven't worked on the network side of things yet because I haven't got my head around it, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy. That still makes me chuckle. Yeah, again, like I said, let us know how you feel. If you enjoy the game, any improvements that you want to see, any suggestions. Like I said, the pushes are done by overness. Not everyone's stats will be perfect. So, yeah, there's your Extreme Rules card. Literally no promos, just matches. So yeah, let us know what you think. Drop me a message, drop me a like, and as always, take care.